beautiful words of wisdom. So what I'm going to focus on, first, my name is NEDA RAZAVI. Thank you so much for giving your precious evening time to me. There were some points that was mentioned. I was dealing with the struggles of women feeding the children at dinner time. I lost track of time. So what I'm going to start off with is actually on the positive note. I know tonight we have a night of comedy. We are celebrating human rights. I believe despite all the things that are going in the world, we have come a long way. So I will start with how women have contributed to technology, in fact, biotechnology, and then walk you through what are the recent studies saying about how far more we should go to see the impact of women in the lives of ours. And also talk about how technology can help all of that happen altogether. We will end with what can we do? You know, what is our point to do? Often hidden from view, women have played a major role in development of biotechnology and medicine. Indeed, we've been at the cutting edge of the biotechnology, including Rosalind Franklin, who played a fundamental role in deciphering the structure of DNA. Esther Ledberg, who discovered lambda-phage, which is now a major tool for studying gene regulation and gene recombination. Look at Margaret Dayhoff, who developed the field of bioinformatics that enables us to identify and describe what are the gene molecules that were sequenced. Janet Mertz, who created the first piece of recombinant DNA, and Jennifer Doudna, who helped pioneer CRISPR, is a revolutionary technology for genome editing. By identifying where the genome is and editing it, we are able to do gene therapy for patients and respond to a lot of human diseases that are inherited in patients, especially in children. Some of these women have accomplished that with a lot of struggles. June Almeida, whose name came up a lot recently because of the great deal of work that she's done, and because of the COVID crisis, her name came up, is that she was the first one that visualized human coronavirus. Barely that describes and scratches the surface of how much she has accomplished. She left the school at the age of 16 and forged a major career based on her outstanding skills in electron microscopy. She did this while she was bearing a daughter, and then later on raised that child as a single parent following her divorce. She pioneered advances in immune electron microscopy and put her forefront of key breakthroughs in biotechnology and virology in 60s and 70s, in 1960s and 70s. These are amazing accomplishments. Jennifer Doudna, which I proudly say she's actually from United States, she's from Washington, DC. She made her name because she uncovered the basic structure and foundation of first ribosome, a type of catalytic ribonucleic acid, RNA, quote unquote, that helps catalyze chemical reactions. Her work helped the foundation that later on pioneered CRISPR. So this tool is, as I just mentioned, very important in genome editing. So you would be telling me, well, Nada, we've come a long way. These are all the great contributions of women in the field of biotechnology. What are you talking about now? So I would tell you, we have come a long way. Recently, McKinsey has done a study called Women in Workforce Study. They redo this study every year. And this is their 6th year doing it, in 2020 actually doing it. And they survey a huge group of companies in the healthcare space, as well as other organizations. They partner with Lean in this research. So they've noticed that the share of women grew from 23% to 28% in senior VP roles, and from 17 to 21% in C-suite. However, pipeline of women in the middle management still is hugely underrepresented, particularly for women of color and women of different ethnicities. So the women that proceeded to those level, majority have been, the European descent. Also, recent Harvard and MIT professors that have started the biotech company, they realized 95% or more of the new companies that are started from MIT and Harvard are male. And they also noticed about 90 to 95% who serve on the board of director of these companies are also male. So they looked around. They said, maybe we don't have enough PhD students that are female. But at both Harvard and MIT, they realized 50% of their students, PhD students, are female. So where was the problem? They noticed very frequently when the students come up with an idea to start a company, they will go and reach out to their male professors, and they ask the male professor, would you be on my board? Would you help me start the company? They thought, well, maybe we don't have enough women in our faculty. They surveyed, and it's 30% of their faculty is women. So where the problem is, right? So there is a lot more work to be done. But there's a good news in here. According to 2020 report by GSMA and Charlie Blair Foundation, they realized mobile ownership transformed the life of women, not only in the developing world, but also in the developed countries. More than 2,000 women surveyed. This one is mostly focused on the low income and middle income countries like Bolivia, Egypt, India, and Kenya. 41% of women reported increased income or professional opportunities, and 85% reported higher independence, and 93% reported feeling safer because of mobile phone. So technology, so going back to the topic that Vahida started tonight, technology and women in technology. Technology needs women, women needs technology. In order for us to improve the way things are done and cross down all the barriers and break down all the walls, we need to enable female in technology and technology for women. There is a lot of various type of technology, such as blogging, such as ability to express their feeling and emotion online, amplifies women and increases their self-esteem and allows them to voice their comments and express their views. There has been a lot of activities done, and I wanted actually to share some of the good ones that has happened in this field. For example, creating a safe environment for women through technology. Dell has done a new initiative in Kabul, Afghanistan, where they realized these cafes, there were cafes that were only male dominated, only attended by male, and those are their internet cafes where people can connect to the world outside. So they realized women were not allowed in those cafes. What they did was, and those cafes were where male would go, they have access to internet, also they have opportunities to be trained and mentored, and they will learn about how to access the external world. So they created in a similar fashion, they created cafes for women in Kabul, Afghanistan. And they're right now running across 15 different Angela stores and 13 different states in India as well. There is a lot of other great work. I'm not going to tell you, there is not enough time to give you the examples of great work that has been done, but the technology has the ability to change this dynamic, give a voice to women. They also need to recruit more women, so the technology voices is more diverse, and there's a lot of the woman needs is addressed when the technology products are offered. I want to leave you on a positive note. We are all mothers, sisters, brothers and we all have female around us. There is no time that I can tell you I could have been where I am today without the support of a male in my life. It's been my father, my husband, my male faculties and professors, my good male bosses. So the support and sponsorship of men is really important in the journey we are in. The more you're able to feel, understand, hear, and know where we are coming from, the needs, and sponsor us and mentor us, the better the world becomes. We need a diverse place. We need to be inclusive. We need to hear everybody. It's best for businesses and it's best for organization. So it's up to us to mentor our wives, daughters, and students, bring them all along, give them opportunity to thrive all together. Thank you so much, Benny.